What's going on, y'all? Another week, another geek. We're back at it with another episode of the Wild Out Geek Show with your homie AJ and Chrissy Light. This is episode 181, and we're back on The Last of Us season 2, and we're like 5 or 6 episodes in, so like midway, maybe if it goes to like 9.
A rumor that it's not even that long. Like we're at the end of the season already. I'm not
Really?
sure though. It might be 8 episodes, but I thought they were saying there's only like 2 left. I just saw something on X, them saying it was shorter.
Than ramp it up then. I mean,
hopefully not.
They ramped up the end of the first season, so I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. But it's still like,
yeah, I gotta go back and see how long season 1 was.
Yeah,
I feel like it was a solid 8.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so I feel like we like at least a little bit over halfway there. But how you feeling today, Brody?
I'm doing good. I got a little sick yesterday. Mm-hmm. Still getting over it, but definitely feel better. No headaches, so we're back and rolling. How you doing, G?
I'm great, bro. I'm great. I'm ready to talk The Last of Us because this joint is getting crazy. So now we're at the point. I forgot what episode it is, but now we're at the point where I don't know what the heck's about to happen. Because I watched a couple playthroughs. I don't remember who I was watching. Might it been either Berlizzi or Afro or somebody that I watch all the time. But they got to that point where Joel get bodied, and I cut it off. I didn't want to see it no more. And it happened again. What was your reaction? Did you know that was gonna happen?
No, I knew he died.
Okay,
but
you didn't know how he went out though.
I didn't know it was that early, and like that. Yeah, like dang. So I still can't wait to like go back after the season's over and like watch the whole gameplay of it.
Yeah, I'm thinking about playing it actually.
Yeah, like they're really good games. Really good games. But yeah, it was just that episode was really, really, really good. And it was just very shocking, like, dang, what the heck? Like, where do we go from here moment?
Yeah.
But how'd you feel after knowing it all the whole time? Like okay, it's about to go down.
I was losing it because it was like in real time now, not a video game. You know, like in video game, even then I'm still watching, I'm not playing it, you know. So but this time it felt like I was right back in that moment, like I was just hurt again, all over again. Because it's like, dang, they're just about to get back right, bro, you know, like they actually leave you having hope, and then that hope gets crushed. But I think that even though that moment sticks out, the actual horde overshadowed all of that after, because it's like, yo, it's going down in Jackson. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's going down. And the other moment was like the I'm pregnant moment, and I was just like, bruh. That whole part of the series, I was like, yo, what the heck is going on? I was like, bro, these youngest need some adults, bro. They need adults around, because what the heck are we doing? But we'll get there. But I just wanted to point those 2 moments out, because like those are the things that I remember from the game going into it. But after that, I don't remember anything else. So everything else is pretty much new, even the way it ended. For the final episode of this week or whatever. So those are just my instant reactions. I just wanted to throw that out there before we get a little bit into it. But how you just feeling about the series overall now, as far as like just what we got?
It's all right. It definitely slowed down episode 3 and 4. Like both of them kind of dragged on for me. And they definitely are emphasizing like a lot of like shots and stuff, and sometimes I'm kind of like and I'm kind of wondering, like, are we really still down with this plan or not, or are
Yeah.
we like backing out of the plan?
Mm.
Just because there's been so much space since Joel died
Yeah.
and them traveling that I'm kind of like, it don't really seem like they're really with the plan, and they kind of reaffirm it in episode 5, like, no, we're gonna do this plan, but I kind of just don't really buy it anymore.
Mhm.
But overall, I think it kind of slowed down, but maybe that's just from episode 2 being such like a major episode of the whole Joel encounter, and then the whole, like you said, Jackson like assault. Like that was good enough to be like a season finale type
Yeah.
episode. So
Yeah.
it's just kind of like now we're swinging back to doing the normal stuff, scouting the, they kind of fast forward to even like learning about troop movements and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Um, and that pace just really brought down the show. So I'm glad I kind of skipped a couple of weeks. I don't think I would have tuned into episode 4 after watching episode 3 anyway.
Mm.
Um, but me watching 3, 4, 5 all at once, it was pretty good.
Okay. Okay. I think it was. It's doing it justice. Like just like I keep harping back to the fact that this was a game. And I'm like, yo, how are they doing
Mm,
this? Like, how are they really recreating this whole thing? And um, I think for me, the like panning out moments where they just kind of look around at the environment and like doing the whole travel, backpacking, random scene and random forest, and like now we're here and now we're there. That moments the show does slow down, but I think it really adds to like the aesthetic of what it would have been like to actually explore in the game. Like that's how you get
mm.
those moments. Because if we don't explore, then it's like jump cut to jump cut to jump cut to jump cut. Like I think the 3 months aspect of it was hard. Was a harsh reality to watch because it's like, dang, now we just had this major spike in excitement, in like action and like drama, and now
Sure.
it's like, okay, we get the time skip. Kind of want to know, like I kind of wanted to know how people were feeling after the attack, and I kind of didn't. But when it came down to, all right, now we got to have this meeting, and we got to go here, we got to go there, and I'm just like, we got to get active. Like, what are we doing? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna be worth it in the end, but it was like the I say for the latter half for me. The only part in the beginning, like the first 3 episodes that I wasn't really rocking with, was like when they just kept bringing back up the therapist. Like I get it. That's her name. It's the Home Alone lady. You know, paying her the big bucks. And that's one thing that this show does have is cameos. They got a whole lot of youngins in this joint, a whole lot of brand names to attach to it. But I just think like some of it is like, do we need it? Like the baseball game conversation with
Like
Tommy. I don't feel like we needed that.
I just feel
But
like a lot of these last few episodes are very much like just more dragging,
mhm.
and to have already seen 5 episodes,
Joel's gone.
yeah, I just feel like I need a little bit more meat.
Yeah.
Um,
Where's Abby?
and even like not having, because they do have some action scenes, but I kind of feel like they're getting away or getting lucky out of these scenes. Like,
Oh yeah, the plot armor was actually activated in the latter half of the first
yeah,
few episodes.
even when they rolled up on the what are those people called? The like
The
the
wolves
crazy people or
or the scars.
the scars.
Yeah. I was like,
It's
who are these
like
youngins?
like I don't know. It just feels like like I said, I haven't played the game. It just feels like those are moments where like you see the enemy and then you encounter them, and it's like, yo, we really got might not get away, and it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, we're away, and they encounter the Cordyceps. Oh, we're away. They counter the smarter ones. Oh, I'm gone. Like I'm just like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
I
Oh, and
think
then it's
that
like, boom, we're at the person, not the person, but like,
yeah, one of them. Yeah,
uh,
we had Nora. But I think for
Nora.
me, the only one where it like kind of breaks immersion was when Jesse pulled up and saved the day.
Yep.
That was the
That was
only one
another one, bro.
that was the only one that broke immersion for me. I was like, all right, what? No way. They should
Yeah.
have been dead. You know,
And,
like
and and that's just breaking up the action immersion. I was just like,
Mhm.
I don't know if this scenario actually plays out in this dystopian environment, but
Yeah. Like I
okay.
wasn't mad at the escape per se because for one, they both caught a body, and then two, they escaped where like they made the reasoning for their escape made sense, but it also is like you don't know what's on the other side of there. So you could be just crawling into a hole, have
Yep.
no idea. So we have to just assume that they could see the other side of it.
Yeah. We're just
You know?
assuming that hole fits perfectly to a safe spot.
Yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
okay.
And why wouldn't they not shoot it? You know?
Yeah. So it's not making me mad. It's just kind of like,
You're
really?
noticing it, yeah.
I'm like, all right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Again, just those spots, they keep appearing now. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess. And you kind of just want your characters to do like crazy stuff or like really hard, morally wrong stuff
Mm-hmm.
that make the episode like really great, or like, dang, they really befriended these people only to, chop off their limbs and get out of there. You know what I mean? Like, just something really wild, and I just feel like we're not getting it from these last few episodes.
We're getting gore, but it's
Well,
not active.
the last scene but
Yeah.
it's not like motivating. It's not like
Mm-hmm. It's not pushing the
the
story
main,
forward.
or the
It's just
characters forward.
it's just building around the world of like, all right, guys, this is the scenario. Okay, some
Yeah,
more scenario here, guys. All right, you want some
yeah,
more scenario? Here we go. Like,
yeah. Here we go, and then we get back to the main characters, and it's like,
yeah,
is this affecting y'all? Like the most we're seeing them get affected is they see dead bodies, and they're like, oh,
yeah.
I can't
Well,
believe we're doing this.
Dina is. How you feel about Dina right now?
I like Dina. I think the
Okay,
actress is really good.
yeah,
Um,
I'm rocking with Dina too.
but just to quickly jump to it, that whole I'm pregnant scene, and then they start making
Yeah,
out. I guess it's supposed to be a sex scene. That was just out of touch, out of
it's
tone.
like,
I did
bro.
not understand what happened. Like I rewinded because I was like, was this leading up to something? Because
Yeah, did I miss
I was
something?
watching it,
Yeah,
but I was doing work while watching it, and I was just sitting there, just like,
yeah,
wait a minute, they just escaped. She got bit. They rushed into like a building, and so she was tripping out,
mm-hmm.
and then she's like, "Oh no, I'm not turning. I'm not turning. Some
Yeah,
water is spilled on my face."
right.
And then they like got up and was like, "I'm pregnant." And it's like, "Oh, I love you."
Yeah,
I was like, "Why are we here right now? Like, what just happened?"
it.
And
I'll say this: it matches the character because she has been shown to be impulsive like that from the beginning. When I say she, I'm speaking of Dina. Uh, from the New Year's Eve kiss to just like how well, you know, Ellie and Dina mesh as far as like they just with it. Like whatever it is, like they want to see the action, they want to do this, they want to do that. So like for me in the game, because I was like a pivotal moment I knew was coming, but I just didn't like in when I was playing not when I was playing the game, when I was watching somebody play the game, when it got to that moment, I was not rocking with Dina at all. I was like, yo, this don't make no sense at all. Like, what are we doing? You know? And when I actually came down, because I knew it was coming, it was more so as like, I was wondering how she's going to deliver it, and I feel like I focus more on that than like the overall like why is this happening, because I knew it was going to happen. So for you to have that reaction makes sense to me, as far as like, yeah, this is a crazy left. But then like
It
once,
was like out of nowhere, and
yeah,
especially like I get like she just wants to tell her,
mm-hmm,
but like everything that just happened and then just
yeah,
randomly like, yo, I'm pregnant, and then
day
we start
one,
kissing. I
yeah.
was just like, this is not human like. Like you do not just we just survived this thing. I got bit.
I
See,
mean
I'm
that
still
does
alive.
happen in a lot of different like what you call it, it's like they have like a not necessarily a traumatic experience, but they go through a crazy experience, and then it's just like the feelings bubble over, so you don't know what else to do. I've seen that
Yeah,
before, but
then
it's
it didn't deliver right for me because I was
right,
just like,
yeah, because
all
usually
right, you
like
get that
there's
news and you
like,
start kissing. All right,
yeah, exactly. See, for me, is the confusion side comes on Ellie's side. I don't get what she doing. You know, like I feel like Dina has been consistent, but I feel like Ellie has not been consistent as far as like she's been consistent in having her feelings, but she's not consistent in her boundaries, bro. And I'm just like,
mm.
what are we doing? You know, we just automatically, I'm gonna be a dad. No way.
Yeah, that felt like they jumped a few. Like I missed stuff.
Yeah,
I was
like
like,
she's gonna have somebody else's kid, and you just jump to like, yeah, we finna do it.
yo, we together, we locked in
We
already. I
locked
was
in. We
like,
like
yo,
this for real.
she moved in.
Yeah.
Like you done?
I was just like, bro, this is nuts. This is
Yeah.
nuts.
It
So
really made me think maybe I did miss more stuff in episode 3 that was like blatant, but nah.
nah, I don't think it was an episode thing. I think it was just more so like we have to take the leap.
Yeah, the leap, the background,
And
the time.
this is the
I get
only moment right now where this can actually happen. And things are calm enough, but like we know we finna get into some crazy stuff. So it's
yeah.
like, all right, we can let this like pass or whatever, but it still is like, okay, this is a this is a actual like crazy what you call it? But then like once she explained her situation, I'm like, okay, I
Mm,
can see where you at in your brain, but Ellie, I'm not seeing it. I'm
yeah.
lost. I'm lost, bruh. You know, but it is what it is. You know, so that's still a little bit later in the episodes. But I
Mm.
guess since we just kind of jumping around, you know, how you feeling about these two new factions that we got, Wolf and the Scars?
I mean, the scars are definitely more interesting for me. I like the craziness, wildness of them.
You like them
Um,
splitting abdomens?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Like they just seem very very dangerous,
Yeah,
and they use not guns, right? They
hammers.
don't use guns. They use like
Oh yeah,
old
primitive
type.
weapons.
Yeah, primitive. That's the way to
Even
say
though,
it.
would you consider a crossbow primitive? Not really, right?
Yeah, probably not.
So
But like not
automatic weapons.
sure, just not automatic weapons. Uh, I just really like that because it's like really bringing them back to like roots of like these dudes are they they might beat us with sticks and stones, and it's just cool to have that like crazy feeling of a
Yeah.
third party just coming in with a rock and murdering y'all.
Hmm.
And then the new the wolf's like them telling the story of the infection being in the air in the basement.
Yeah.
Um, that's pretty cool. Just showing like actual other problems that are occurring. Expanding the lore, and I guess we'll really see what builds um from that because
Yeah.
it kind of felt like an intro. We skirted past that. I don't remember what intro it was with the one wolf guy who threw the
Returned.
grenade and murdered all his people.
Yeah. So that's Isaac. Jeffrey Wright.
Isaac.
legend, Jeffrey Wright. Then Detective Gordon. You know?
Yeah.
Detective Gordon. Whole bunch of stuff. But we skirted past it, but that's kind of what I was going to talk about because I really enjoyed how they intro both of these factions. Like one being like a victim, essentially, of violence, and then the other being an aggressor. But also turning from being Fedra to this new militia. Yeah. Now, it's still kind of unclear where the not loyalty, but like the hierarchy is between Isaac and Rahan, the lady.
That's the woman.
Yeah, that's the lady that he dapped up after he threw that grenade on Josh Peck. So
yo, he was feeling himself too much in that car. Yo, he was
like,
making everybody laugh.
I was like, is that Drake and Josh? I was like, yo, what are we doing? You know? So I just think that was like a very, like both of those scenes were very powerful in the sense of like they setting a tone for who we are to expect. And then one gets flipped on its head and the other one is like even more brutal than what we were expecting, essentially. And when I say that, I'm the one, like the scars are way more violent than they were initially portrayed as, even though they had hammers on them. You know, what's a hammer to a gun? You know what I'm saying? And they got babies with them. So it's like, what are we doing? And then with Isaac going from being Fedra to being the Washington Liberation something, whatever Wolf stand for, to being the captain or general of that, and him first scene of him giving a monologue about wanting to be, Gordon Ramsay with it. I was like, oh nah, they finna go crazy. They got Jeffrey in it, so he finna go nuts. So I think that was like a very like, oh, we finna get into it. Like it's deeper than just like, cause it's deeper than just the two characters that we're following, and Ellie and Dina. Whereas in the first game it was really Joel and Ellie for the most part. So it's like
encountering stuff.
Yeah, so I feel like the story is just expanding more and more as we go, and it's becoming less and less important who we're actually following. It's going more towards like, I don't want to say Walking Dead style, but like the world feels bigger than it did in The Last of Us season 1 for me.
I mean, if they did go that direction, I probably would like it a little bit more. I kind of just feel like they're doing a good job with the intros, kind of like you're saying.
Yeah.
But I'm just wondering when is more of these moments coming into play, And that's why I don't like a lot of the
build up,
the dead moments or the guitar playing or
we got 3.
I mean they love that guitar, but it's just like I would want to explore
Bella was
more
singing
of those
though.
scenes.
Bella was singing.
Yeah, and she was.
What is that song, y'all? Type it in the comments. I know the song, but I don't know the song. Let us know. Chris, do you know what it is?
I don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
I was waiting for Dina to do the background vocals, but she must ain't know it either. But yeah, I think you're right on that. I'm just invested now.
Really?
Yeah. That last scene got me, bro.
Yeah, I think the last scene was good. I think the rest of it, I kind of was feeling the same thing again. I was like, okay, we're getting active, and then it's like they got bailed out, and I'm just like,
yeah.
And then we got to the last scene where I'm like, all right, this scene's kind of cool. Like Ellie really is tapping into like kind of like encountering a member that and all that hatred is finally being brought out of like why she's here. Because like I definitely felt like she lost it in the last few episodes.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess we'll see more rage moments coming soon.
Yeah. Just looking big picture, as far as like what's actually happening on both sides of the front, even though we haven't seen Abby in I don't know how long. And in the game, I think it's pretty sure it's like GTA style, where it's like you go from one character and then zoom out to the next character. I guess how you progress the story. So we haven't got that next zoom out yet. Abby, to see what she been doing the last few months. But cycle of violence, bro. They brought that up in these last few episodes, and we got to see it in action once again in the final episode that is out right now. How are you feeling about like just the query of, is it worth it? Because they did cover it in the little town hall meeting.
Yep.
And we got to see some different perspectives, but just like where are you landing as far as like the show goes in that whole scenario?
No, I mean I think they're saying it right. I think I just need Ellie to be more
Evidence of it.
Yeah, like when she was at the town hall and she kind of said that I'm not doing it for revenge. I mean, you're clearly doing it for revenge.
Yeah.
You know, like I
Yeah.
feel like
I think that was
it's
the only point that was sorry to cut you off. I feel like that was the only point that the therapist made that was like, oh, now that was very insightful, because she was like, yo, Ellie's a liar. I know a liar when I see one, But go ahead.
And it's just kind of like, even with now us, the kind of like what you're saying, Ellie's a liar. It was even hard for her to deliver that truthfully, and everyone kind of like knows, like, really,
yeah,
like I just want justice. Like, okay, Batman, but but I just need that. I get you saving face in that scene because you're trying to convince these people that I'm not doing it for violence. But come on now, y'all, I am. After that, bro, I need more like obsession, more like, yo, we gotta find, like, we not finding these people fast enough. Yo, it's taking too long. Like the way we saw Abby. Remember when her people started turning on her, like, yo, do you see where he's supposed to be? We don't even know what he looked like.
Yeah.
And they're in this forest. They got guns. They got walls. And it's just kind of like I really don't like the way episode 3 and 4 kind of start pinning it, where, all right, we're traveling, we're making our way, we're finding out, and I'm like, no,
they
we on a
back
revenge
into
tour.
the first season of The Last of Us, where it was kind of like, that
we're
father-daughter,
going on an adventure, yeah,
type of situation. But now it's just like relationship.
yeah. So I don't know if they needed to redo it or do it a different way. But like you said, it's a cycle of violence, and I just feel like Ellie would be on a rampage revenge tour, especially not being able to say like bye to Joel, or all the times all the crazy stuff he's done. Like, I would expect a major vendetta, and we did see it for the last second of the episode where she really tapped into it. But it's just like,
yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, ain't no way someone's hiding that type of rage like all the time. Like,
yeah, I think for me, one of my favorite moments was when Ellie first got out the hospital after she put on her first performance, as far as like, I'm better now. And then like you slowly see her when she leaves, she has like a decent little smile, smirk about being let go of out the hospital. Then once it like basically cuts, it's like straight face, like,
yeah,
I'm not okay, but we got to get active, And then for me, I was expecting, like you were saying, like it to be more of what we saw in the final moments in the last episode, where Nora was getting hit with a lead pipe, y'all. Straight up lead pipe, not a golf club, a lead pipe. while choking on some spores, bruh.
Yep.
What a way to go. That's crazy. But I was expecting to see more of that from, the main characters versus what we really saw was just the two factions, Scars and Wolf, WLF,
Yeah.
being the real cycle of violence in Seattle, where it's like a never ending turf battle or turf war of just like, militia versus cult, essentially. And that's where to me, where we saw it the most prevalent. But I did feel like after seeing the final moments from Nora and we cut the fade to black, the next person we needed to see was Abby. And for the fact that it's not, and it's probably a flashback, I'm like, all right, what are
He
we
doesn't.
doing?
Yeah, we went with
What
the
are we doing?
flashback, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
this is not the
and
time for
that
this.
and that's what I'm saying. Like, because I wouldn't say I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's just maybe tonally, the last few episodes aren't right. And as soon as
Yeah.
we go to this flashback thing, I don't know if a flashback
Was
episode is worth it, but it might not be. It just might be where they stop. They want to do a quick flashback so they can get back in her mind state after she just done some crazy, crazy stuff.
yeah.
Um, but it
Especially
reminded me like, hey, let's slow it down again. Let's slow
yeah.
it, and then we're gonna get back, ramp it up for a quick second.
Yeah.
So
Especially after we now know that Ellie knows the truth.
yeah,
It's like you're not breaking news to me. It reminded me of like when in Dragon Ball Team 4 Star. If you ever seen that series on YouTube.
mm,
And essentially it's like a fan dubbed version of Dragon Ball Z of like what should have happened as far as like
mm,
if they was to rewrite it or whatever. And there was a moment where I think it was Aura. I don't remember. But basically Vegeta essentially was about to whoop somebody, right? Take him out. And the person offered to, tell him how his father died and what happened to the planet. And before he could tell him, he told him exactly what happened. Frieza blew it up. And, the person was just stunned. Just like how Nora was stunned. It's like, dang, you still finna do it, Like
mm.
she knew even when she found out that she was the immune one, it's like, wow, like this is crazy. And then she doubled down. And I was like, yo, this is nuts. What is this world, bro? What is this world? So I feel like there's a lot of good nuggets in this joint, but I think for the most part, it's like I don't know what the actual term would be, but like the term that comes to my head is like time blocking. Like I feel like certain portions of this series could have been placed other places, and it would have made a lot more sense as far as like, all right, yeah, this is how we ended. Like I feel like it just should have cut the straight to black, and we don't see nothing after seeing Ellie do what she had to do,
Yeah.
and leave us
And
with
I know
that.
it's like minor gripes, but yeah, I like that way better.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I agree with you. It's just like it just has like these gaps where I'm like, I don't
Yeah.
know if this is right. Like maybe if you do one episode where we are exploring the world, blah blah blah,
Mm-hmm.
seeing all this stuff, that's cool and all. But I think I need more on certain main character things, and overall, maybe if we did a whole Grand Theft Auto 5 jump around, jump around, jump around to these key characters, I would like it a lot more. I would
Yeah.
understand the difference between going on like the whole father daughter growing together trip, and then season 2 being more of a jump around style.
Mm-hmm.
Um, showing those different uh psychological effects of the cycle of violence that we're in because of the world,
Yeah.
and not getting it from the Joel and Ellie storyline. But I'm still in it. And I probably will watch the next episode like the day it drops.
Mm.
Just because I am expecting like a ramp up very soon, and maybe like what you're alluding to, Abby returning is kind of the medicine I need.
Yeah. Especially after somebody find the body, which they might never ever do.
Yeah, I feel like they're not, right?
Yeah, like I feel like they know that she's down there, but Ellie's probably going to find a different way out.
Yeah,
not through the same entrance or exit, because she can just go wherever she want to go.
Yeah,
you know. But before we get out of here, I did want to ask about just the smart ones real quick.
Yeah, go ahead. What you think about these?
They're like wolves, bro. Like the way they coordinate attacks.
Yeah,
the way they coordinate their attacks. Because I talked about this before we started the pod, but in my rabbit hole of watching elk hunting and what you call it, I came across a Joe Rogan thing where they was talking about how
okay,
I was
hey, get the red pill out.
No, Chris, I was trying to put the red pill on me, bro, but I'm not going. It was talking about wolves, bro. So that's it. That's all I'm speaking on. But they was talking about how, like, I don't know where they did it at, but like the moose or elk or whatever were like, there was too many of them, and they were getting like domesticated or whatever, something like that. And they released a couple of wolves, not a couple, but like a pack of wolves into the area, and they just went to town, right?
Dang.
And it's like the way, like, if you've seen any wolf documentary about a wolf pack or whatever, how they hunt or whatever, or just any group of animals that hunt, like, it was very similar to what we were seeing from the smart quadriceps. I don't know. I don't even know what you call them, but like the smart ones. And we saw it firsthand when they was attacking Ellie, and they hit her with a pump fake and got her and pinned her. They pinched her, and I was just amazed at the sheer number of them, and they're all together. So it's like, even though they're technically like monsters, they're still doing what people do and like gather where they're together, not in a direct like horde type of way, but it's just like, yo, we out here together. Like, it was just like, it went from 1 to 2 to 3 to like, every time they looked over, I was just like, oh, I'm scared. So it's like, I don't know if that's what you were expecting me to say, but what did you think about just like that moment? Like, did it pay? Like, as far as like, just think about game context.
I was just thinking,
like, that's crazy.
When she quickly alludes to how fast and how much smarter they are, it was just kind of like, we gotcha type thing. Like, like, even though you just told your counterpart, like, yo, these things are gonna be fast, quick, it was like, yo, what you doing here? You done checkmated. So that's just kind of how I felt about that whole situation, because I was like, yo, whatever plan that they're about to come up with, there's a lot more, and then their coordination was, it's like in a playbook, and the first play works. You know, like
they had the scheme going crazy.
Yeah, and it's like, are they so smart? I don't know if they're so smart, but that first play sure did work. Like, So I wouldn't be surprised if, like,
about the X's and O's, not the Jimmy and Joes, bro.
Yeah, like, this ain't even their trick play. Like, this is just a basic, like you said, wolves. We're just gonna coordinate and attack, and we don't gotta do nothing extra for this round. We're just gonna do this, and it worked. And I was like, damn, like y'all actually in trouble, but they got away,
Plot
and I'm
armor.
like,
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, this
But
is crazy.
That's the difference I feel like between how they're doing season 1 and season 2, where it's like,
Yeah,
season 1 when there was plot armor, it was because Joel was doing something cool.
yes,
You know,
I think that's it. That's just it.
And then in this one, it's like, it just seems like no matter what, Ellie's just never enough.
Yeah,
She's not Joel.
yeah.
And I don't know if that's on purpose. I don't know why, but
And you know she's learned stuff from Joel, so I don't know why.
yeah,
It doesn't seem like it comes into play when it should.
yeah.
And
you can
I
see
think
that
that's some
she's
character development.
right, and you can see this is something that's actively Ellie's been fighting against. You know, and I can't speak to it like super crazy, but it's just like from all the different sparring sessions to when she got out the hospital and was like throwing punches and stuff like that. And it's just like, no matter what, yes, they're out there and they can handle themselves. Like, they was like, yeah, we've done this before. Like, a couple clickers here and there. Like, we're good, you know? But guess what? Jesse and Tom are on their way. Not that they know, but it's just like, well, I guess they really weren't going to be able to do this. I mean, just on sheer numbers alone, this is a, suicide mission. But like, I just thought that was an interesting like a way to just portray the characters as far as like how we want to do the plot armor. Because we could say the same thing about Abby. The only reason why Abby was even able to do what she did was because Joel was there.
Yep.
She was cooked. Like, she started this whole thing with the avalanche and stuff like that, and was just lucky enough to fall upon the opportunity to get Joel to where she needed him to be.
Yep.
And
I didn't think about that, but yeah, that is very
like, that's what I'm saying. The video game aspect of it is good. Like, where it's like I can feel the video game while I'm watching it. That makes sense.
I mean, I've talked about it before where sometimes in movies I do have to be like, okay, they have to have this scenario just for the movie to even start, to really start. But after this little freebie, we really gotta explain it, make it smart, make it witty, and something like that. Like, they're not gonna get Joel from this compound, but boom, they get him out in the wild, only to murder him quickly to set Ellie's storyline in place. I'm like, okay, I got it. Like, I'm cool with it. But you're right, that was some lucky stuff, and you want the main character with that revenge in mind to now be set on a path of should I not? What's morally right? Me getting revenge or staying with Dina and, going back, turning back and,
building
not seeking revenge, building a life. Joel saved my life. Am I really going to risk it? They're getting smarter. They're getting faster. So.
Right, we'll
see how it ends. We'll see how it ends.
We didn't even talk about this though, because it's like Joel was here for 2 episodes. I mean, obviously we're gonna see him in flashbacks and stuff like that, but it's like by the time that Abby had already shot his leg off, bro, I was not ready for that, even to this day. Like, when she hit him with that shotgun, I was like, bruh, there's no way. I would die right there. I'm done. And he was like, she was giving her whole little speech or whatever, and he was like, just get it over with already. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She was like, nah, you don't get to rush this. I was like, oh, she evil for real. She's evil for real, bro. So I feel like there's moments, like we've said throughout this pod, that where they really pipe it up. And there's
HBO,
moments where
sure. Some HBO season on there.
Yeah. And
HBO
Max.
Yeah. We back.
Oh.
No. They returned to HBO Max. So they backtrack their.
They backtrack.
Yeah. They backtracked their rebrand. So.
Wow. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised because it wasn't their like even original idea. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, everybody's shortening their names.
Yeah.
Oh, do we put a plus on ours? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like how do we keep up?
It's crazy.
Max,
Yep.
that's it, guys. We did it. We did it.
Yeah.
You know.
Good meeting done.
Yep.
Meeting over.
Yep. Sign my bonus check right now. Mail it in. Mail it in. But yeah, I think if there's a moment where Ellie comes to grip with that as we like progress on later, because it's like you can't do anything by yourself. You know, as capable as Joel was, he still needed help, and then he chose the life in Jackson after that. Now, it seems like everybody in Jackson knew what kind of person Joel was.
Oh yeah.
But we don't know the skeletons in their closet either, though. So I think at this point it's a wash between us really getting any like, I guess, come to Jesus moments from anybody in this series, as far as like, yeah, I think they should have took the high road here. Like, like I think at least for me, I'm just here to see like, all right, what y'all finna do?
I mean, I would prefer it to be end dark and Ellie just goes down this dark path of revenge. I just don't see it. Like I already see like her done changing. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And like I said, because I haven't played the game, I definitely don't see like anything like I'm super hating on it.
Mm-hmm.
But
I just remember when the game came out, people was mad.
yeah, people were mad. That's all I know too.
Yeah.
And I really cannot wait to watch the game to see like which one I preferred better, because I
Mm-hmm.
did take a pause watching the series, and normally when I take a pause, it's like
Mm-hmm.
it's all right, it's all right.
Yeah.
But I'll be watching these last couple episodes. So, and shout out to Dina.
Shout out to Dino, bro. Man. Shout out to Ellie too. We both doing that thing.
She gotta put the guitar down, bro. I don't need another scene again.
She keep finding them jumps. She a guitar magnet, bro. And that jump was in premium condition.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we'll see. But yeah, is there anything else? Do you have any questions you want to ask me before we get out of here on this joint, or anything that's left that you can think of?
No, we kind of wrapped it up in the very beginning of. I really just want to know how it felt like knowing the first part of the series and then watching it.
Oh, I got one. Who you think makes it out? Not like at the end of the show, just like in the next few episodes, or how many episodes it might be. Like out the group. I think Dina cooked, bro.
Dang, really?
Yep.
I feel like Dina's safe till the end.
Yeah. Oh, till
I
the
feel like
end?
she's safe. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Near future, for sure. I think. I feel like Tommy had his moment already, bro. He took down that mega clicker thing.
Yeah.
So he might have to make the ultimate sacrifice. Because this love triangle thing has got to get fleshed out in the next episode, and it be over after that. Because I just need to hear what Jesse think about Ellie being the daddy. Like, how do you bring that up?
Like if it got a little messy, then I'd probably like it more. Like, give me some messiness. Let me see all three of them hash it out, figure out how it's gonna look like, But
because he seems like a
because he can definitely go it, but I don't think that's quite shocking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he don't
make it, yeah. So. Patriarchy.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. But let us know what y'all thinking about on The Last of Us. So far, I'm enjoying it. I'm locked. And yeah, can't give a score yet. But we will possibly when it comes out. We'll see how schedules line up. But Chris, what you geeked about, bro?
Ooh, tough one. We're in a little low moment. I've been watching a lot of sports. Some soccer, some football, some NBA draft stuff.
NBA's rigged,
What?
bro.
Yeah, like recently with the lottery, the Wizards got kicked down to 6, so I didn't think I'd have to do scouting around the 6th pick. I only did the top 4 for real all year long because I was pretty positive they couldn't get worse than 4. Like they'd get lucky enough, pretty much is how I was thinking, and the ping pong ball said no.
14% chances and
Yeah, don't matter.
Don't matter. Tankathon lied, bro.
So
Tankathon lied.
Doing a little bit more scouting, and it's interesting because that 6th pick is rough. That 6th pick is anywhere. And then also gearing up for like some what is it? Some anime treks because I'm trying to get back to the One Piece.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to get back to the One Piece, but I've picked up a new Chainsaw Man, picked up a new Donadon. And I really want to do Fire Force. Like I saw like the little omnibus, which is like 3 mangas in one.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been diving more and more into Fire Force than I have of My Hero. And I just really think I'm gonna end up catching up on Fire Force, picking up at season 3, and then collecting the mangas and just
you could catch up on Fire Force way easier than because My Hero has some seasons where it's like, what are we doing?
And I don't know if My Hero's done. There. I don't think the manga's done.
Oh, I don't know about the manga. I don't know about them.
Yeah,
I can't speak to that. I just know the show ain't done.
And there's a lot more My Hero mangas. So my pockets would look kind of empty if I went with that one. So
gotta make a good decision.
I'm going with the Fire Force season, aiming to get to season 3 sometime this month, before the end of the month, and then so hopefully when you do in June, that, I start the One Piece journey again.
Question: when you do that, will you not watch the first 2 seasons of Fire Force at all? Just start with season 3.
No, I'm gonna catch up with the anime and then finish it off with the mangas.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That makes more
sense. Just similar how I did Solo Leveling. Just catch up to it and then read ahead. And then hopefully I'll begin the One Piece journey in the summertime, and that will be the project. And then hopefully I do not buy the mangas of One Piece. Like that would be 100.
Don't go on Netflix, bro.
Uh-oh.
Posters.
Crazy. Oh, yeah. Some spoilers are happening randomly. But what you geeked about, G?
One Piece.
Easy,
bro. It's too easy. I can't tell you where I'm at. But what I can tell you is that One Piece continues to show me that it's the greatest story ever told, bro. And it's got good animations. But it's just so freaking deep, bro. Like the world is crazy.
So
the world government is crazy. Like that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. And it's just like out of left field, bro. I'm like, yo, what's going on? So I'm excited. I can't say it. I can't say it. I want to say it. What else, bro? I finished Full Swing.
Oh,
The
cool.
final episode of Full Swing. So hopefully now I'll stop getting golf ads.
Hey,
You know,
nice.
I can say I did it. You know what I'm saying? Um, I think I got the golf bug enough to not have to watch it anymore. Like I can just go back to not watching golf and not knowing
Yep.
anybody. Because now I have an understanding. Now when I see it on TV, because I see it all the time on when I'm at the gym, I can have an understanding of like the Ryder Cup, the President's Cup, and all that other stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay.
And it's like
Like
now at least you know, like, okay, I see
it's a whole
why people are
different
tuning
world,
into
bro.
this one. Before I was just kind of like,
Yeah.
yo, what are we doing? We're playing golf again. But
Yeah. It's
like when
not
the Masters
finishing
and stuff
daps,
is on, I'm
bro.
like, cool.
They don't
Yeah.
finish daps, bro. That's crazy to me. Like nobody does. And I'm like, bro, that's a different world, man. It's a different world. Um, and then outside of that, bro, I really just been on an anime kick, really. Watching
Yeah, man.
Windbreakers, Fire Force. Fire Force don't
I
miss,
did
bro.
start that one
Windbreakers?
episode because I saw the manga there and I was like, this is what G
Mm,
was talking about. So
yeah.
I went with one episode and I was like, it was late, but I was like,
Hmm.
oh, okay.
Yeah. It's definitely more like you are there for the character development more
Mm,
than the action, but the action is just as good. But
mm.
it's like it's at a level where it's like it can only go so high because it's like these are just delinquents. They're not
Yeah.
mythical,
Yeah.
strong people, you know. But what I am excited to do is I'm gonna rewatch JJK in
Mm,
English dub this time because what I
I still haven't
realized
finished that, bro.
about a lot of things, bro, like when I'm like just scrolling on TikTok and stuff like that, and I see people watching certain animes for the first time and they're watching it in English and they're having this crazy reaction and stuff like that. And it's like, I remember the moments, but the dialogue hits different when you actually are listening to it and not reading it.
Mm,
Like, I feel like that's like part of why I'm enjoying watching One Piece so much right now versus like when I'm watching Fire Force, because it's not dubbed yet, it still hit crazy. Like, it still goes crazy, but I know like Lord, like there's some things I'm just not missing. I mean, I'm missing just because it's like I gotta read it and I gotta comprehend what I'm reading while watching what I'm watching, and what I'm watching is crazy.
mm.
And I'm just like, oh, gotta rewind. What did he say? Like, you know? So it's like it's not like a knock or anything, but it's just like I really see the value in dub now to the point where it's like if they was to ever release dub, I just don't think logistically they could do it. But if they was to ever to release it at the same time all the time, I would probably watch the dub. But I'm like when I think back to like when I was first really watching anime like all the time, and it was just on YouTube or like some other unspoken thing. It was because I was watching it repeatedly that I just turn around and just knew so much. Like with Naruto, like the way I know Naruto versus like the way I remember Dragon Ball Z is different.
Mm.
You know, like I like with Dragon Ball Z, I remember more because like of Team Four Star, like the Dragon Ball Z abridged, more than like the actual series. Like outside of like the movies and stuff like that, like in Dragon Ball Super, just regular Dragon Ball Z. Um, like obviously I know the story, but if it was like to get like when I get like a see a random clip of like the actual dialogue, I'm like, oh, that takes me back. Like, bro, I can't believe he said
Mm.
that. Like so. I think because I don't rewatch things a lot, but with anime, I see the value in it more so than like if I was to go rewatch um Star Wars Episode 3 again in theaters. Like to me, that's more like of an event than like, oh, I'm finna go watch this for the first time again, or like as like being a different age or whatever like that. Like I've seen it recently, but not on the big screen recently, you know. So I'm just seeing the value in stuff like that now, as I'm like making more videos and like looking deeper into some of the stuff that's like, damn, I don't think I actually remember exactly or understand. Like there's definitely things in like JJK and what was the other one? Fire Force that have went over my head just for the simple fact that it's like it's a lot that they put on you. And where it's like if you're not gonna watch the manga, you should at least rewatch the dub. So it's like you could really get a clear understanding. Like I know what happened before, but it's like some of the stuff is just like dyslexia, like words float off the screen. I don't know where they went, you know? I gotta rewind. So that's what I'm just geeked about right now. And football season is upon us. Schedules just dropped. We got Texas, game 1 on Fox, noon. You know? Gonna go crazy. You and the Arch Manning era gonna have a bumpy start, bro. Gonna have a bumpy start. I'm gonna say that. You know, don't know how it's gonna end for him, but first game.
Yeah, we gonna see what that quarterback.
Yeah.
What's his name? Saying. We're gonna see.
Julian Saying. And then you were sending all the schedule stuff for the NFL today.
Oh yeah, just the good stuff. I haven't seen the full schedule yet. Anyway, just the leaks.
Yeah, W graphics though. The graphics were great. I was like, dang, who made this? This one's clean. So should be fun. And do you want to call finals? Who's gonna be in the finals? NBA right now.
Oh,
before we get out of here. Because the game should be over.
No, I mean, they still got
still early
the conference finals.
Yeah, no.
To play.
Yeah, I meant that's what I meant. Well, no, we know what those games are though.
Yeah. So you said who? Just go ahead and out of the potential
teams.
4.
Yeah, potential 4 teams.
It's gonna be Wolves versus Knicks.
Yeah, I got that same.
Timberwolves versus Knicks.
Yep.
And I made that better Rooney before the Celtics series, and it really is coming through, and I'm just. I need the Pacers not to play spoiler, and I trust the Wolves will take care of any opponent, the Thunder or the Nuggets. So we'll see.
They gotta take Tyrese out, bro.
He might be a cheat code.
He might
be a cheat code.
He got too much aura right now. Yeah, kick my daddy out. Bet. I don't want to time it now. Like, so well, that's gonna do it for this week's episode, man. Hope y'all enjoyed. If y'all did, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel for more. We dropped a short last week. You haven't seen it, check it out.
Yeah.
More stuff on the way.
Good stuff. Some good stuff.
So we locked in. But appreciate y'all as always. See y'all next week. Stay geeked. Peace.
Later, y'all.